I'm a big fan of massage. I love massage. And I wanted to bring you some information about some massage guns that I've been using. Now, I've been sent some of these and I bought one of them. So I wanted to present them to you. But first off, I invited Hypervolt to send me a massager to compare. They declined and then proceeded to spam me about 30 or 40 emails. I contacted Theragun and they weren't interested in sending me one. But I have some others. So I have the Acedaway massager. They sent me one of these for free to review. Kraftgun. I asked if they'd send me one of these, but they declined, and I ended up buying one. Tokfit. They contacted me and offered to send me one, and I said, sure, perfect time. Voxpree. They contacted me and offered to send me one, so I said, sure. And the unlikely contender in this one is the Bosch. Now, I bought this one. So, the question is, which one's the best and which one's the worst? Simple answer. The Bosch. So when you put the attachment onto here with the massage balls, these things are amazing. They are so powerful. And they're the best. But they're also the worst. Because of, please, cover your ears. That is why they are the best and the worst. So there's no need to include this guy into the comparison because he's by far the most powerful and he is also by far the loudest. And battery life is probably going to be okay too in this bugger too. Great Jigsaw though. So in this video, I'm going to unbox and show you what comes with them, and I'm going to do a sound test. So be warned, the sound tests are going to be loud like that. So the contenders: the Kraftgun, the Tokfit, the Acedaway, and the Voxpree. The Acedaway massager. So, you get 5 attachments, the massager and charger. So, I find this one to be one of the better attachments. It's quite soft, and if you don't really like a strong massage with something like the pointed attachment, this one's by far the best for people that aren't really into strong massage. I've been getting into the forked kind of one because it's quite really pointy, so it's quite effective. The ball I don't like very much, neither with that one. The Kraftgun. So this one comes with the charger, massager, and the attachments. This one comes with a pretty good rubber point. The ball is not foam, it's more rubbery, it's not too bad. And I like this one here. massager. This one comes with a similar soft one here. Not too bad, but I like the Acedaway one a little bit better. Pointed one, which is always good. Foam ball, not really a fan of, and the fork ones are quite good as well. And charger. Now we have the Voxpree. Now this one I haven't opened. To reveal one. Here we go. Oh. Interesting. Alright, so we get maybe a little bag for the attachments. What's this? Well, that's nice. You get some spare parts. They're the seals that go around the attachments, and that helps to keep them on. This one's got a foam ball, which is no point being foam. It's incredibly hard. This one has a pointy one, which looks really good actually, and it's strange. You can see through it. Ooh, we have a brass or chrome looking attachment. Quite interesting. Flat attachment. Another flat type-ish attachment. I like the look of that one actually. Kind of like that one. Comes with a charger I'll need an adapter for. Ooh, this is fancy. This is like the modern one. Not sure how it works though, not the simplest. Designed for Zatali in fire and something. Maybe it needs to be charged, I don't know. Sound test, Acedaway. All of these sound tests will be done at full speed. Acedaway massager. Kraftgun massager. if you listen to the Kraftgun, you'll hear the variations in the motor sound kind of changing pitch and speed without there being any resistance. Let's see if we can hear it. Of course, it doesn't do it when I think it will, but with the Kraftgun you can hear the variation in the motor like it's not constant. Tokfit. Tokfit. So I guess you can hear by the sound that it's a bit rattly. The space age and the futuristic Voxpree. Gotta hold the button down. And then you it's got an amp in it. This one's good. So that one is the Voxpree. So sound test under pressure. Let's see if we can stop it. Here we go. See how it gets up. That bouncing, that's what some of the massagers do, is they have the bouncing. Let's try this one. Let's try this one on the back. Not too bad. Got a bit noisy though. Let's try the Acedaway one more time. Not too bad. Working up a sweat. So you could hear some variations in the sound then. I think that was me putting up a fair bit of pressure, and I think there was like a safety mechanism going on in that was protecting it. Not too bad. All right, so what's next? Let's think. Ergonomics. They're all very similar, and you'll find that they're made in similar factories, okay? The Kraftgun is a different design, and there are other versions of this rebranded. So this is like a rebranded version of another one that comes in a manufacturer. Battery life. So I measured the Kraftgun, and this was after one use, flatten, recharge, and after a full recharge, I got about an hour and a half out of this one. Battery life, the Acedaway. Now, this is the one that I have used the most. I find it very... battery life. It works well. But when I first used this, the battery life would just go forever, like more than 3 hours. But now, after a number of recharges and a lot of use, I believe, I haven't measured it, it takes ages to measure it, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, about 2 hours. So I've dropped from about 3 hours to 2 hours of usage. The Tokfit, man, I have tried to flatten this thing and it just goes and goes and goes. I've charged it up once or twice, but it just takes so long. This thing was like this when I first came out. The battery life was amazing. It's dropped down. The battery life in this is amazing, but I would assume it to drop down a little bit as well. But these two have very good battery life. Now this one is claiming 4 hours. I just opened it, haven't tested it, but I will try it out and see how it goes. Okay, massaging. The Kraftgun is the most powerful out of these four, but what I find is most of the time when I use it, for example, on my back and I'm holding it back here, I find it gets a very uncomfortable bouncing. I kind of liken it to cavitation in a boat, where basically the boat's trying to go but it's not going anywhere. So the massage is trying to massage me, but it comes into like a rhythmic bouncing and you have to let off pressure. And then when you try and apply the pressure that you want, it comes into a bouncing motion, which is not a really nice feeling. You got to let off pressure and then you just put pressure back onto it. I'll see if I can try and get it to do it. Hard to tell, but I have used this a number of times and that's what I find with that one. So it is slightly more powerful than the others, but I find it difficult to apply that pressure that you want to feel out of it. The Tokfit, it is a very effective massager. It does the job just like all the other ones do, but this one does it just fine. Battery life, it's got like strange, it goes up to like 20. Yes, so it works quite well, and it's not too bad. The Acedaway is probably slightly less than this one. Now I just tried this one for the first time, the Voxpree, and I believe they have a model which is more powerful to this one. Now from the use that I just felt from it, it actually feels very good. You'll find that they're all very similar in their massage capability. And I kind of quite like this one from its first use. So which massager do I like? Well, I like them all. But what I find is that when you're using them, what you're doing when you're using it. So for example, if you're watching TV, standing up, there's a certain level of comfort that you get with it. So the Acedaway is the one that I have reached for most of the time when I've had the Kraftgun. So I'll reach for this one more than I reach for that one. And this one's noise level is far superior to this one's noise level. So again, I reach for this one. Now, these two, again, very similar. This one's much lighter. This one's quite heavy. I'd have to go get some scales and weigh it. Pistol grip. Lights are going off. It's going all intimate now. But this one has quite a good grip. It has quite, it's like a rubber on it, but it's quite grippy. This one has a plasticky surface, which is not so grippy. So the massager in my hands is the Acedaway. I still like it. It's not the most powerful, but it is the quietest. Its battery life is reliable, and I like it. I like them all, but you got to make the decision for what you want. The Kraftgun has a bit more power, but I have trouble applying that pressure to my body when it starts bouncing, and that bouncing is not a real nice feeling. Thank you.